So you want to get good exposed videos in bright daily sunlight, but you end up with this. Let's be honest, in bright daily sunlight, when you want to shoot a video, you end up with a very crappy overexposed video. Now the other way to fix this particular thing is by increasing the shutter speed. But wait right there. You cannot increase the shutter speed because the shutter speed should always be twice of the FPS. Moreover, the other way by which you can do is by reducing the aperture. But when you reduce the aperture, you will lose that blurry background which helps your video to stand out a lot, and it really gives a very good look to your video. So what to do then? The best thing which you can do is by adding a variable ND filter to your lens. And the variable ND filter which I am going to use is from MyGov. MyGov is an Australian company which makes this kind of ND filters, and trust me, they are very good. The lenses are very good quality, the packaging is very good. There is very less color shift when you are using this kind of ND filters. Like for example, this is from MyGov ND filter, while this is from a crappy ND filter where you can see a little bit of magenta shape. Moreover, if you zoom in both of these clips, you will see that the MyGov filter is way more sharper and the result is way more sharper than the crappy ND filter, which is at a much cheaper price. So I won't suggest you to buy that one. I'll suggest you to only buy the Go one because it is of such good quality. The clips look amazing when I use this kind of ND filters. Unlike traditional ND filters where the amount of light entered in is fixed, the variable ND filters, there is a range with which you can adjust the amount of light entered into your lens, and this is a very good technique in terms of videography, because in videography, in different conditions and environment, a different amount of ND filter is required. And for that reason, variable ND filter is very useful because you can actually adjust the amount of light entered into your lens, unlike a fixed ND filter, because in terms of a fixed ND filter, you need to change the ND filter time on time in different environments, so that will be a headache. So that is why I'll suggest you guys to get a variable ND filter. Now let's talk about the variable ND filter by MyGov. Speaking of the ND filter itself, speaking of the packaging itself, the packaging is really good. You can see the stop motion animation right here on the screen. It looks really good, and I hope you guys like the stop motion as well. So speaking of the filter itself, it is made up of metal, and the glass seems to have been made with very high quality glass, and there is very less vignetting with this kind of filters. Moreover, there is not much color shift with this kind of filters. So it is available in all kinds of sizes for you guys to use. Now let's be honest, this is not the first time that I have been using some variable ND filters. I have been using variable ND filters for a long time, and I have been using some cheaper ND filters, like not the MyGov one. I have been using some cheaper ND filters, and the disadvantage with those cheaper ND filters was there was very high color shift with those ND filters. Moreover, there was a lot of vignetting with those ND filters. Like as you can see in the screen right now, this one is taken from a very cheap ND filter, and that is the reason I will not suggest you guys to get a cheap ND filter. Get a ND filter that is a variable ND filter which has a very high quality glass, like MyGov. MyGov one has a bit of high quality glass which is very much better than all the other cheaper knockoffs, and also it is not very costly. It is like $30 or $28, which is not very costly for you guys. So at a very cheap price, you are getting a very high quality ND filter, and I will suggest you guys to get this one because I have been personally using this and I have been loving it. And I have been also using some cheaper ND filters, and I can assure you guys that this ND filter is way better than those cheaper knockoffs. So after just buying your ND filter, just simply start shooting, and that is pretty much it. These are some example of the shots which I have taken. I hope you guys liked it, and this is Vishal Saini signing out. Peace out.